Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. And as we approach July, and we know we made the change last year, and I'm really glad that they made the change and pushed the NHRA national event off, because that means I haven't gone to it yet. You know what I mean? It's like Christmas. You're glad it's not in November because you get to wait for it. But
Yeah,
it's just around the corner, Joe.
it is. It's only, it's right there. And we're getting all the prep and everything done for it now. There's just a ton of work that has to get done. But the excitement is really starting to build. And the phones are ringing all the time. People that have waited to go ahead and buy their tickets, now they're calling and say, hey, can I still get tickets? Which, of course, they can. But the excitement's there. The weather's good now, so people they're getting amped up.
Outside stuff. And you talk about tickets, and we talk about it all the time. It's about the only event that you can buy a ticket, and it is your pass to stand face to face with the stars of the game.
Oh yeah,
you ain't doing it in the baseball game.
No.
You ain't doing it. You know what I mean?
There's no buffer at all. When you want to go meet John Force, you walk right up to his trailer. He might be doing something for a minute, but he's going to turn right around. He's going to talk with everybody. He's going to just act like he's known you all his life.
Yeah, no, and I'm so fortunate because, having partnered up with New England Dragway and helping promote their event, as well as some of the other events they do throughout the season, you've really got me hooked on, a different style of racing that I grew up around. And and then I tell people, if you never went and saw a car go down the track, if you were blind and you sat there and all you did was hear, it's just the most exciting thing you'll ever be around as far as motorsports goes.
Yeah, and we say it all the time. It hits every single sense that you have. I mean, you can see it, obviously. You can smell it. You can hear it. And you can especially feel it. When those cars take off from the starting line, that's 10,000 horsepower in each lane, and it just goes right through you. We have people that live 5 or 6 miles away, and that thing is it's rattling their windows.
I would imagine, and it's coming up July 6th, 7th, and 8th, right over there at New England Dragway. You talk about tickets, they're available. The crowd, the atmosphere, fans of all ages, and it's neat to see. I call it like going to Disney World. I love to go to Disney World. I love Disney World. I like to watch all the first-time people, that get to walk in and look down, whatever they call it, Hollywood Hill. I don't know what the road is, but same thing there. It's the same experience. You could pick the beginners out of the crowd.
Oh yeah, and you can really pick the beginners out of the crowd, because when they go ahead and fire up those nitro cars when they're doing their test before they bring it up, you've got this cloud of fumes that are coming out of there, and people are walking away. Their eyes are, they're watering. Their nose is all stuffed up. The people that have been around a while, they know enough to stand back a little bit, so they're not right in that
crowd. They got
crowd.
the big mask. You see them walking around with their mask, and really excited. I mean, the drag racing scene, they've had some surprises this year. I mean, obviously the names of the Forces, the Pedregons, the Heights, the Schumachers, they're still crowd favorites. They still put on a show, but
some of the newcomers and the people that were sort of the underdogs have started to step up now. Their programs have changed. Now they're starting to win races, and they're putting the heat on all the guys who've been around for a long time. So guys like Force and Schumacher and Pedregon, those guys who thought they could just go ahead and have a cakewalk through rounds, it's not happening anymore. You've got the young guys coming in, and they're really starting to bump them and really give them a hard time. Yeah, and it just makes the sport that much more exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And you guys jam-pack that place with not only the cars for the national event, all the other support divisions that race there on a weekly basis. It's their opportunity to be on the big stage.
It is, because number one, they have a chance to be on television. If they get into the late rounds, they know they're going to get some TV time out of it, which is pretty cool, because you're just not going to get that. That might be their minute of fame, but it's a minute that they really enjoy. But we get a ton of sportsman cars that want to come out for this event, because Division 1, which is what we're in, is the largest division in NHRA. We have an awful lot of super stockers and stockers that run with us on a regular basis. Now we have what they call class this year. So the super stockers are going to run separate. They're going to run by themselves. The stockers are going to run by themselves. That's added an awful lot to the field. So if you like to see cars that sort of like something you see on the street, that do huge wheel stands and get down the track, yeah, they might not be nitro cars, but they're fun to watch, because they're just a cool car going down the track, and you can relate to them, which is really important.
No, and when you're making the walk through the grounds that weekend, I mean, that place is packed.
Yeah.
Be surprised how many main plates you see on some of these haulers that are hauling those sportsman cars and super stocks down
Oh
there.
yeah, and there's a lot of them that come from this area that come down. They'll go ahead and do divisional races only, so they can go ahead and get their grade points to go into the national event. That's all they work for, is just to go ahead and get into that national event because they want to be part. I mean, it's like going into a major league ballpark and getting to play if you're a little league team. Now you're in with the big guys. You're going to go ahead and run with them. You run on the exact same race surface they do. You have the exact same crowd. You can see everything that's going on. It just really adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, and then we got the crowd favorite, that the local guy from New England that, really, last year I think he advanced into the second round.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was a win in itself, right?
Yeah, it is. You get guys like Tasker, who now is back full time for the full tour because he has new backing from Ford. He's really starting to gain some ground, and he's got some help from some of the bigger teams because Schumacher's team is providing him with an awful lot of experience and a lot of his technology, so that's helping him go ahead and advance. It won't be long before he goes ahead and wins a race, and we really want him to win the New England race.
Oh, with that, I don't want to say they'd tear the place down, but man, what a party that would be.
Oh yeah, it'd be a huge party.
Just advancing into round two was a huge experiment. So now, and that's what the neat part about it is you get to watch. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's all about the W, the final round.
Yeah.
But every round is just as intense.
It is.
To get to that next round, you see the teams, you see the work they're putting in, the intensity that they have is to get to that next round.
Well, you try to tell somebody, because we call it the mechanical ballet when they go back down the pits, they have 70 minutes to get that car from the end of the track back to the pit and back on the starting line again. That's how much time they have to get everything done, because they're doing it, of course, for the television, but they want the program to speed along. So you tell people to get down to the pit area and go ahead and check out what's going on, and they can't believe that somebody's going to tear an entire engine apart, put it back together, and have it running in less than an hour, because that's really what it boils down to. And they look at that and they walk away amazed. They say, I can't believe how well everybody works together, because everybody has their part to do. Yeah,
it's like watching a ballet, and we're going to take a break. We come back, we're going to talk some more about it, and some of the highlights of the weekend, and some of the things you can expect, and maybe some of the other things that are going on at New England Dragway coming up.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. Last year, 1 out of every 3 campers sold in Maine came from my dealerships. Why? Low prices, a no-pressure sales process, and a great selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, even horse trailers. Forget about MSRP. We start thousands below that. We take most anything in on trade that we don't have to feed. We're just regular guys and gals in jeans and sneakers selling millions of dollars worth of great stuff.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Scott's Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scott's Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scottsrecreation.com.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Bedford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're here with Joe Lombardo, and man, I get goosebumps every time I think of my first experience there and the first time they go down, and then you talk about being in the pits, watching them rebuild the engines, and just the atmosphere, the people, and it's so laid back. It's hard to say it's something so intense with so much laid backness.
And I think that's the way the sport has always evolved. And people will help each other out down there. We were talking about the sports and ranks. If somebody has a problem in the prior round, but they won the round, they'll go back out, and all his friends will be out there helping him out. All the other racers will be out there helping him out. And the funny thing is, the guy that he's racing might be a guy that just helped him get that car back. And he knows he could wind up losing to him in the next round, but he just does it because everybody has that cooperative nature out there.
Absolutely.
They want to do it. I think the thing that I find the most exciting, you're talking about the fan experience and the first timers, it's when I'm walking around and I see somebody standing along the fence line, or they're down, in the grandstands, and those cars fire off for the first time. They'll either jump out of their shoes, or their hands will go up to their head, and they say, "Oh my God, I can't believe that what just happened down there." And now you've got 16 more cars that go out there and do the exact same thing.
Speaking of jumping out of your shoes, if you're down there, you got to do the track walk on Sunday.
Yeah.
A little word of advice: don't stop. Keep moving. You have to keep moving. If you stop, they're going to pick you out of your shoes, take you to the middle, go back, get your shoes. I witnessed it firsthand last year.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And we've never done the track walks. Like, walk the track. Last year, I said to my girlfriend, let's go try it. Oh my God, it was so much fun walking. You know what I mean? And now I've got our group. We're gonna look like a parade going. Everybody's like, I gotta try it. Is it really that bad? I go, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't know how them guys. Good thing they got 10,000 horsepower because they never peel the tires off the pavement.
It's like walking on Velcro, and they got to warn people: if you're going to do the track walk, make sure you have shoes that tie, because if you wear a slip-on or you wear a sandal, and especially people that wear flip-flops, that's coming off like in the first 2 feet. I don't care if you stop or not; that shoe's coming off.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So mark the track walk down on you. Still plenty of opportunity to get tickets, correct?
There's plenty of tickets available.
NEdragway.com, the best way. Go to the website or call the office?
They can call the office now and talk to somebody in our office to find out which seats are available. Everybody there knows where the best place is to go ahead and sit. They can tell you what's available, especially if you have a group, because you don't want to be separated.
Yep.
Shelby, Erica, and Ellen, they can go ahead and help them out with that and make sure that they get an experience that they're really going to enjoy.
No, absolutely. And when you're down there, make sure you stop at Camp Mainely Motorsports, because we set up down by the finish line. They provide us with a Hollywood hotel like the NASCAR guys, but no, we actually set up. We'll have a banner there, and just we invite everybody. Stop by and see us. I know we had a lot of people, and it's my chance to meet people that I've never met before and view the show, and they love to talk about NHRA racing. And right down on the finish line, on the pit side of things, not on the opposite side, we're on the pit side of things. So I encourage you to stop down, have a cold beverage, grab a snack. Just tell us what you think about it. And I love hearing the kids and how they just tell you, they're just so excited.
Yeah, they're ramped up, and they're just as amped as the driver inside that car.
My cameraman last year will never forget it. When the first car went down that he heard, and we're all like, and our hair's going. He literally, when the car was out of, you could still hear it, but not, he screamed. We literally all whipped around like thought he was hurt, like thought something hit him. Yeah. He was screaming. He was like, screamed like a little girl would scream. And, and I'm telling you, there's not a lot that I encourage people to really check out. And a national event for the NHRA is definitely one of them. And it's the closest you're ever going to get.
Oh, yeah. And, it's the only other national event that's close to us now is down in Maple Grove, Pennsylvania, because Englishtown shut down earlier this year. So yeah, it is the only chance they're going to have a chance to see these people, and it's the great time of year. Everybody knows New England, July 4th weekend, just after July 4th weekend, that's our holiday season. That's the time to come out and see it. The weather is always great. It might be a little bit warm, so you just want to make sure you dress appropriately, but you'll have an awful lot of fun when you come out.
Well, and the nice part about it is, like, try to explain to people, any other type of motorsports, you got to go on the day of the big event. They're all qualified. If you can only make it Friday, come Friday.
Yeah.
You're going to see the same thing, other than crowning a winner on Sunday. You're going to see the same thing, and same thing with Saturday. They're all running their qualifying rounds. They're all going down the track. They're all rebuilding the motors, and actually sometimes it's a little bit easier opportunity because there's less of a crowd on a Friday, so to speak.
And there's a little bit less stress on the teams. That first qualifying session, or the first two that they do on Friday, that's sort of to try to get their bearings, to get a feel for the track. They might go ahead and put a little bit too much power to it, or they might not have enough power for it. So they're trying to figure all that out during their first two rounds. But you're seeing every car that's out there qualify. Saturday's a little bit more intense because now they know they only have 2 more chances to make it into the show. You know, if we're getting 20, 25 cars that are out there, it's only a 16-car field, so now they have to turn up the wick a bit if they're not in that top 8. They know they have to step it up and get the program going. And then Sunday, of course, is when they get into eliminations, and that's when everything is on the table. So if you can only do like one of the 3 days, and you can only choose between Friday and Saturday, either of those 2 days would be great, because you get a chance to see every car get down the track, see what they're going through, and see the difference between the time they go out in round number 1 of qualifying to that second round of qualifying, which usually is the good one, because that's when the air starts to cool down. They're making a ton of horsepower. That's when you're going to see the 330 mile an hour passes.
330 miles an hour in 1,000 feet.
In 1,000 feet.
That, my friends, is getting it done.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
We look forward to it, and I'm going to tell you, I don't care what the rest of them are doing down there. This cat right here will be the hardest working man inside them gates. I mean, I've seen him in the toilets cleaning. I've seen him lugging the trash. I've heard him on the PA. I've just seen you greeting fans, and you really do a great job. And,
it's a lot of fun.
It's great when you have a guy in a position that's in the position because he loves his job. You know what I mean?
I do, but it's because I enjoy seeing the people have a great time when they come, because it's all on me, really. NHRA comes into town for a weekend, they're done. But when people walk away, I want to make sure they have the experience they can walk away with forever.
You hope to gain a fan for life, and then they come back and check something else, the jet cars under the stars, or something else that's going on. So we once again thank you, Joe. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. I'm anxious to find out which drivers I'm going to get to interview this year, because every year they surprise me. They've already given me the ultimate honor by having John Force tell our viewers that they're watching Mainly Motorsports. So I've watched that 1,000 times, and I get goosebumps every time. But really excited to see who I get this year. Every year they hook me up with one of the ladies. 2 years ago it was Courtney Force. Last year was Leah Pritchett. I don't know. Do I get Brittany Force this year?
Might be Brittany. Brittany's doing pretty well.
Geez, yeah. That's. I feel honored when they're like, I'm talking to them on the phone. I make sure I tell people. You know, I talk to, you know. They don't believe me, you know, but then they watch the show and they're like, oh my God, you really did. I go, yeah, I told you I did. But no, really appreciate you, appreciate all the effort, appreciate what the track and all, because there's a big support system that you have working behind you to make that weekend happen, you know.
I do, and the fans that are watching your show, that come down and support us, and we hear from them. They tell us, they say, we saw it on Mainly Motorsports, so it works both ways, because your fans really support us, and we really appreciate that. Because without that support, we couldn't have these kind of events. So, no, you've done a lot to go ahead and champion the sport, which I really appreciate.
And I love being down there. So make sure you come find us at Camp Mainly Motorsports, or if you're walking around and you see Joe, he'll stop, shake your hand, tell him you saw him on TV, tell him he does a great job, and tell him you appreciate what him and his entire staff do there, because there's never enough appreciation to the people that really put the events on.
No, I got a good crew, so I try to tell them that all the time. I mean, they work their hearts out to go ahead and get this done. And if they don't know how to get to the Mainly Motorsports camp, I'll show them how to get there.
We'll be there. They'll be there. The big guy with his shirt on, banners, you'll find us. And rumor has it, the guy that some people label the greatest stock car driver ever to come out of the state of Maine, the legend Mike Rowe, is going to come down and spend some time with us down there and check out his first ever national event. So
he's never been?
Never been. And I talked to him this week, and he's like, I got to go to that thing. You tell me I'm going. You tell me when it is. So Mike Rowe, the guy that's done everything there is to imagine, is about to get something and experience something he's never experienced. So
maybe we get him in a fuel car.
No, I'm telling him to leave his helmet home. But thank you once again, Joe, and encourage everybody. NEdragway.com. Call the track, get your tickets. It is a can't miss event coming up July 6th, 7th, and 8th, right down there at New England Dragway. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
The world's fastest motorsport returns to Epping, 4th of July weekend. See 300-mile-an-hour drag racing live and up close. Kids 12 and under are free. Bring the whole family and celebrate our nation's independence at the NHRA New England Nationals. July 6th through 8th at New England Dragway. Get tickets early and save at nhra.com/tickets.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. You talk drag racing, and then we're going to go and talk about Maine's fastest racetrack, and that's Wiscasset Speedway, as they had a special Super Street 75-lap event to go along with the 4-cylinder pros, the Thunder 4 Minis, and the Serv Pro of Biddeford Saco Pro Stocks this past weekend. And weather was great for all the area short tracks, and we hope you all get out and showed them support and cheered on your favorite drivers and supported your local short tracks. Is you know, that's what it's all about this time of year. So enjoy some highlights over the next couple segments of some of the feature action up there at Wiscasset Speedway.
Another first-time winner tonight, Cameron Campbell. Congratulations on your first place.
Thank you to everybody that's here tonight. You guys are why we're here. This is to put on a show for you guys. I'd like to thank Woody's Live Bait, my girlfriend right here, my mother, my father, and that guy right there, Mikey Golden. It's all for him.
Congratulations on your first win.
me. First thing first, with my father, happy Father's Day. Love you, bud. Thanks for letting me do this for 20 years now. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Yeah, man, we were just on a rail. You know, we won this race tonight in the shop. Things weren't perfect. We took the time to stop, get them right in the shop. Whether it meant we showed up late or not, and we got it right, and we made the right calls tonight to get the car tuned up, and inside, outside didn't matter.
I know we talked a little bit during the race. You're kind of jumping around track to track this season. How much of a challenge is it for you guys to make the adjustments to run here one week and then at another track completely different next time?
Yeah, obviously we're running Beatrice full time up there. Finished second there last weekend. We just gotta change a couple things in the rear end. The weights of the crew ramp's the same, so it's usually about a 6 or 8 hour turnaround, I'd say, from coming to Beatrice and coming here.
Who do you want to thank on this win tonight, number 2 of the year for here?
Yeah, it's certainly Serco Bitter from Saco. Their title sponsor here on the Pro Stocks. They also came on board with us there just before they posted 200, so really appreciate Lisa and Matt True coming on board. Andrew Vise Realty, Chad Silvestri came on board as well here just recently. Really appreciate all their help. Hilltop Collision Center, 4th Generation Wagon, Russell's Masonry. I got to thank my crew. Pretty small tonight, but you know, hey, family did it. My mother, my father, my girlfriend Eric are here, and obviously all the fans are coming out and supporting us here.
Awesome job, folks. I know there's a few here. Give them a nice round of applause. Second win of the year for Dave Barrington.
Hello, this is John Force, and you're watching Mainely Motorsports. Come see me at the NHRA New England Nationals, July 6th through the 8th. New England Dragway. Be there.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Congratulations. I don't know if I ought to be happy for you or mad at you for stinking up the show, but man, this car was a rocket tonight.
Yeah, I was really not even driving the car real hard either. It was just that good. Car was just real good.
It helps when you can start a big race out front and not have to work through lap trap or through the field and the early going. And when you get a car that strong, man, you can really take advantage of it in the early laps. Were you consciously trying to be the jackrabbit and get out to a big lead early?
Yeah, I knew if I could get out there, I knew Josh was back there somewhere and he was going to be coming. So.
All right, who you want to thank on this win? Man, this is, and what are your thoughts, by the way, on this extended lap thing? You've been around this game for a while.
Yeah, I like it. Getting a little older now, so I get a little more worn out, but I like it.
Who do you want to thank on the win tonight?
Lloyd Brown Trucking, F.E. Peasley, Performance Auto, Lloyd, Emo, Jeremy, Sandy, Josh, Frenchie, Richie, my #1 fan, he's over there. My wife, my kids, my grandkids, all these guys here support me too.
Awesome job, folks. Give them a nice round of applause. Your big winner is right here, and it's Mike Hodgkin, second win of the year. We are underway. Big scramble into turn 1, but Curran comes out still with Max Rowe to his outside in the number 12. Rowe looking for his first win of the year. First ever win in the Cahill Tire 4-cylinder pros. I hate you have a lot of background in go-karts though, huh? How many wins you got?
28 in go-karts and 7 championships.
There you go, huh? How old are you? 11 years old. Look at this kid. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Race Truck Service, Thing Paving, Champion Auto Body, Denny Craig, Funeral Home, my mom, my dad, my brother, my uncle, my aunt, and my uncle Norm that passed away a couple months ago.
Feature winner, Dominic Curran. Thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed those highlights, and I got a little special shout out to a young man that picked up his first ever 4-cylinder Pro Stock win, and that's Dominic Curran. You know, he's, I don't want to say lived in the shadows of his brother, but you always have that older brother and they come up through the ranks and you kind of try to hang on the coattails, but Dominic's done quite a little amazing go-kart career, and to pick up his first win in probably his 5th start, wow, pretty amazing. So congratulations to Dominic Curran picking up his first win in the 4-cylinder Pro Stocks. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to a young man that picked up his biggest win ever in his career up there at Wiscasset Speedway a few years ago in the Boss Hog 100. And got something special going on, and we all can help him and try to achieve it. So we want to we'll welcome him onto the show after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott Recreation. Last year, 1 out of every 3 campers sold in Maine came from my dealerships. Why? Low prices, a no-pressure sales process, and a great selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, even horse trailers. Forget about MSRP. We start thousands below that. We take most anything in on trade that we don't have to feed. We're just regular guys and gals in jeans and sneakers selling millions of dollars worth of great stuff.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil Division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
The world's fastest motorsport returns 4th of July weekend. It's the NHRA New England Nationals, July 6th through 8th at New England Dragway. Celebrate our nation's independence. Get tickets early and save at nhra.com/tickets.
Welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and we are privileged to have on the line and a young man that we watch grow up, and you hear me talk about it all the time, grow up in front of our eyes and become a really good race car driver from the days of go-karts, and that's Wyatt Alexander out of Ellsworth, Maine. And Wyatt, we want to welcome you to Mainly Motorsports.
Thanks for having me on, Steve. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been, and we talk a lot about, and I feel privileged and honored to have watched guys like you, and they hear me talk about the Reed Lampers, the Tyler Kings, the guys that came through the go-kart ranks that we grew up around watching, and now you're at that next level, and you become a pretty damn good little race car driver, and just coming off a 7th place finish at the Pass race at Bangor this past weekend. But you really got something going on, very involved in something that's could be a stepping stone for the career, as you're one of the 4 finalists for the Fast Track to Fame program that Valvoline puts out, and being narrowed down to one of the final 4. I mean, that's pretty special honor in itself.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. You know, I didn't know what to think of it at first when I registered, because there was somewhere around over 800 entrants, so I didn't really know what my chances were. You know, but when I was notified that I was going to be a finalist, I was pretty shocked and really honored, like you said. So it's a pretty cool deal, and one way or the other, if I win it or not, it's getting my name out there. So, you know, my dream has always been to race at the next level, but I'm still living a dream doing some of these past races and racing the Super Late models. So it certainly would be amazing if I could end up in that position, and it certainly is something that could, you know, maybe get me to the next step, or at least, you know, help me with the stepping stone I'm at right now.
No, absolutely, and as your name gets recognized, and you roll into tracks that are not only unfamiliar to you, but you're as unfamiliar to the people there as you are to the track, and it makes people take notice of they hear about you through this program, and maybe opens up some doors for some sponsorship opportunities.
That's exactly right. You know, the Valvoline deal, it comes with a grand prize that includes a cash package. But in my mind, I mean, that's amazing, and it certainly helps the racing budget in the season. But what it also does is they work with you to get marketing partners, not just Valvoline, but they work to get your name out there. They work to get you aligned with some of the media people at Valvoline. So I've already done some cool little things, some media-related stuff that I wouldn't really get the chance to do otherwise. So, like you said, get my name out there to some people who probably haven't heard of me before, especially racing down south a little bit we have. So it's been a great opportunity so far, and there's still a couple weeks left in the voting, so we'll see where that ends up.
Now you say voting, and this is kind of unique because obviously you got to the Final Four because of the on-track performances, but now friends, family, social media, all of that takes over because there's a voting process, and we all can go, and I know there's a lot of people that are voting on a daily basis, but now it's really simple, is we just got to flood the ballot box, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all that's left. It's a little nerve-wracking because there's no update. We don't know the results until the results come in. They don't give a progress, an update or anything like that. So I'm really, really appreciative of and I've tried to respond to everybody on social media and whatnot, but there's been a great response, and a lot of people, tell me they're voting or post that they're voting, and I feel really honored just in that respect, because there's a lot of people that not only I look up to, but I have a lot of respect for. And like I said, I just appreciate all the support, because that means as much to me as anything else. So it's, with the response we've been getting, I think I certainly have a chance. I don't really know how the other finalists are. Like I said, I don't know how they're doing, but it's been pretty cool, and the response has been phenomenal.
No, correct. So tell everybody how they can go and support you and how they can cast their ballot.
Sure. So you can do a couple ways, but basically you can go onto teamvalvoline.com/fasttrack, and there's a link to it shows the 4 finalists, and you can select one to vote for. Hopefully it's me, and before doing that, it'll take you to do it right there, but you have to create a free account with Valvoline, to an email address and password, or you can link it to your Facebook account, and then it should save your login from there, and you just log in every time, and you can vote every 24 hours. We've been posting reminders and updates on my Facebook page, Wyatt Alexander Racing. The link is also on there, so if someone would like to, they could just hop on there and click that link, and it should be pretty straightforward. But yeah, you can vote once every 24 hours, and from here until July 3rd.
Yeah, and we encourage all the viewers of Mainly Motorsports and supporters of all our young drivers up here in northern New England to get out and support Wyatt. And I know, there's a couple of ladies out there. One you call mom, and that's Jen. One you call girlfriend, and that's Lindsay. And they have been flooding the social media side of things, and they have been doing their work behind the scenes. And, that just, I know how much you appreciate that. And it's an honor for them to be involved, because you are a very good young man. Just finishing your freshman year at UNC Charlotte. You're only 18 years old. You relocated down to the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and a lot going on. And to have the support of a mom and a girlfriend to try to get you a little bit extra further on in your racing career, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I couldn't do without them. Everybody's been amazing, and the two of them have really gone that extra mile and promoting it, and getting some people's attention that I probably wouldn't have, as far as friends and family that I don't stay the closest in touch with, and people that Lindsay knows that I don't even know. And so it's been really cool, and I certainly couldn't do it without them. And just in the move and moving to Charlotte and everything, without the support from everybody, it wouldn't be possible. I certainly couldn't do it all by my lonesome.
No, that's awesome, and we're encouraging everybody. That's teamvalvoline/fasttrack.com. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. And again, you can find it on my Facebook page, Wyatt Alexander Racing.
So I encourage all of our viewers, all our supporters. Your sister was at Bentley's passing out business cards. I mean, you guys are doing all you can to try to take this to the next level and win it. You're not looking to have it handed to you. You're looking to earn it, and you're working very hard for it. So we wish you the best of luck, Wyatt. Anything we can do to help out, and we really encourage all our viewers. Very simple. Do it right from your phone, right from your computer. teamvalvoline/fasttrack.com. Vote for Wyatt Alexander and try to help him get to that next level and achieve a dream. So, Wyatt, great job at Speedway 95 this past weekend, and best of luck as you're heading down the home stretch in the Valvoline Challenge.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Certainly appreciate the support from everyone, and we'll see what happens. It'd be pretty awesome. So thank you very much.
All right, that's young Wyatt Alexander, one of the kids we've watched grow up in front of our very eyes, and now looking to achieve a dream, and we can all be part of it. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at at Facebook and wiscasotspeedway.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And we first talked about it way back in January at the Northeast Motorsports Expo. And it seemed like it would be forever for this event to show up. Well, it's here. Next week, the great race not only begins, but it hunkers down into the great state of Maine for 3 days. And this is one of those endurance events that, you know, speed isn't the number one goal, more so accuracy. And the Maine boys, as they like to call themselves in car number 78, going to be in action. Part of the trip that begins on, you know, June 23rd in Buffalo, New York, and ends in Halifax, Nova Scotia on July 1st. Part of the trip is going to be in front of the home crowd. So they're the hometown favorites and great people. You know, the drivers, Ed Chapman, you know, supporter of Mainly Motorsports through Chapman Trucking, supporter of Peter Prescott. The other driver, Frank Crooker. If you're up from the Brunswick part of the state, Topsom area, Bath, you know Crooker. You see the trucks. And then Peter Prescott. And you've heard me say it time and time again. I don't think there's anyone in the great state of Maine that has done more for the racing, whether it's short track racing, motocross, tours, bringing them to the state, giving drivers like Steve Park, Kevin LePage, Ricky Craven opportunities to advance in the ranks of NASCAR. Peter Prescott is a huge supporter. We see him just inside the door to the left every year at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and it's got to be a big deal for Peter and his entire family to bring an event like the Great Race to the state of Maine. And like I said, it begins over in Buffalo, New York. It's got his trek up to the, you know, into the East Coast, makes a stop in Vermont, but then, you see it right here, you know, goes to Burlington, Vermont. Then it goes over to Mount Washington, Montpelier, Vermont. But then, on June 26th, it makes the stop in downtown Gardner. It's going to be a huge night, going to be a huge event, and we encourage everybody to get out, check the cars, talk to the drivers. They're going to be from all over the country, parts of other countries, and it's your chance to see something and be a part of that. Who knows when, if we'll ever see it again. I know a few years ago they just hit the tip of Maine in the journey, but this year they're spending 3 days in Maine. So you'll see them crane up, start obviously down in the southern part of the state. June 26th, they're in downtown Gardner. Big event, big party, almost like a carnival atmosphere. The next day, they're going to be over at the Owl's Head Transportation Museum, and we all know what they have over there. These guys are going to enjoy their time there, checking out some of the displays at the Owl's Head Transportation Museum, but it's an opportunity for you to go check out what they have and what their cars are. And then as they leave there that night, they'll be at the Bangor waterfront. So great opportunity to be involved in this and see it and be a part of it and all of it. And really exciting. Hats off to Peter and you know, his whole staff at EJP and PEP, as I know they're playing a big role behind the scenes to make this happen. They spend the night in Bangor, then they travel over to Seal Cove Auto Museum, you know, up on the coast. They'll be spending overnight in Bar Harbor. So these people are going to see some of the most beautiful sights and the most beautiful parts of our state. So, 3 days of this great race, which begins on June 23rd and ends on July 1st over in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So really, really excited to see what we can see it up close and personal. They're shutting down the entire downtown area of Gardner to bring this in and welcome them. And, what better people to be on the welcoming committee than fans of Mainely Motorsports, motorsports fans in general. I mean, it's your opportunity to get out and see something that who knows when the next time you'll get to see it without having to travel to a different part of the country. So looking forward to seeing what we can see and being a part of what we can be a part of. So that's coming up next week, the middle of the week, June 26th. Mark your calendar. Gardner, they show up. And then big festival there. They'll be in Bangor the next night. And as they make the track and finish this event, which is more about endurance and accuracy than it is about speed. You got to hit your marks. You got to hit, we hear it all the time in short track racing, hit your marks. Well, your marks are more determined on time and accuracy. No speedometers in the cars. You are, told by, you have navigators. This is a big deal. So you had, you think back in January when we had Jeff Thumb on talking about this event and how excited he was to come up this part of the country. And I know Peter and the whole gang of the Maine boys, they're excited. They've got their tow behind rig, their transporter, all let it up. Everything's Maine related. Proud heritage of the state of Maine, and Peter and his whole group. So really excited about that. So we encourage everybody, get to Bangor, get to Owlhead Transportation Museum, get to Gardner, or follow along online, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of updates. GreatRace.com is where you'll get all the info, and check it out. Maybe it's something you want to try out down the road. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Hello, this is John Force, and you're watching Mainly Motorsports. Come see me at the NHRA New England Nationals, July 6th through the 8th, New England Dragway. Be there.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 featured divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Well, a couple of quick things as we wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. First off, I want to thank everybody that brought their race cars, race carts, bought tickets, sponsored our Sea Dogs night at the Portland Sea Dogs, Mainly Motorsports night at the Portland Sea Dogs. This was our first one. Hopefully it will grow momentum. Next year we'll get more people involved, and you know, we have a better understanding now on how to make it work, and still raised some money for the Special Olympics of Maine. So really appreciate that. Thank you to Ray Jacques from Bazzuto's Inc. As they stepped up, made this all possible. Thank you to Waldo's General Store, Pleasant Hill Auto Sales, LST Landscaping, Mainly Awards. You know, really appreciate these guys stepping up and wanting to be a part of it, and putting some money in, you know, in for the Special Olympics of Maine Hometown Foundation. So I really appreciate all the people that bought tickets, came and participated, supported what we did, and hopefully next year will be even bigger and better. Lastly, everybody plans their weekends, everybody has dreams, everybody has visions, how they want it to go. You can script it. How many times does it go that way? Not many. Well, there's a particular family that races right up there at Turner, Maine, located directly across from Scott's Recreation, and that's, I call them Rose Racing. Calvin Rose, his dad, and daughter Kaylee Rose. Well, Kaylee picked up a big win Friday night, Triple X Series, race number 1, big hardware, 3-post, 36-inch tall trophy. Callie wins. Calvin rolls into Oxford Saturday night to run the Budweiser Super Late Model Series. Picks up his first ever win in the Super Late Model at Oxford, 50-lap event. You know, so how happy, how big a deal is all of that to take place? Like I said, you couldn't script it any better than that. So congratulations to Kaylee and Calvin and the entire family and all the offspring and all the other parts that make racing happen. You know, such a big weekend for Rose Racing. So congratulations to 2 of them as they picked up their wins. And congratulations to everybody this weekend. So Short Track Showdown down at Loudon. We'll be there bringing you highlights, and looking forward to what Mr. Guptill once again has put together on the big track, the Magic Mile.